Today's video, we have our mini challenge in the challenge. We are making our envelope by 6. So you'll be making the same base that I'm making here, and then you decorate the 6 sides. Stay tuned for the details on how I decorated and got mine ready. And a little look at the chocolate desserts digital. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie and I'm here with the mini challenge in the challenge. We were going to go ahead and do an album flip and fill it, but I am concerned that many of you probably don't have one of these, and I don't want to have to come up with something else. So I figure you probably all have envelopes, and so we are going to go ahead and take 3 envelopes because we were going to do that and it had 3. So we'll go ahead and take 3 envelopes from our stash. I don't know about you, but I'm always glad to find a way to use an envelope. I'm going to show you what I made, what we put inside of the little file folder during the VIP, but we're going to go ahead and add to that. So let me find the file folder. So this is the little file folder that we made, and we had this little double tuck, and it had this envelope, and then we added this envelope in there also. Okay, and so that is what we're going to start with. So we're going to open our envelope up. We want this area to be facing down. This is where we will attach it into the journal. Okay, so this can be made ahead of time and have it ready, and then when we find the page that we want to put this in, we can put this in the journal. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, fold that over. We're going to grab another one of our envelopes. Let's go ahead and fold it back. This time we're going to put our glue on the flap. Okay, so the glue is going to go on this flap. And it is going to go right inside our envelope. Okay, our other one. So envelope inside of envelope. Then we want to go in from this side and make sure that we don't have glue, because we want this pocket, this magic pocket here. Whoa. Okay, well, let's glue this down. Okay, so we have our flap, and you can see we have the 2 openings here, but we've closed up this opening over here. I'm going to go ahead and close all this. Okay, so this is the mini challenge in the challenge. I'm going to continue to give you the details, but I do want you to know that the deadline for this will be February 26th. It is a Friday. And so there you go. So now you know. Okay, so double tuck. This is going to get glued here and here. Have space for 2 cards. Have this flip over. We have this that opens here, and this. We're going to go ahead and take our 3rd envelope and open it. Give it a fold. And this one, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and I'm looking at this and I had an idea. Okay, so we're going to just add our glue right here on the edge for right now. Okay, so we'll have our 3 pieces put together. I'm going to go ahead and get this like this. Okay, so my pocket is up, my glue spot is up, the glue is on that edge, and I'm going to put that right there and lay it into it. Okay, and then push it down. Okay, so I've got glue right along on the inside of that. Okay, so this is what we have. This is a little different than some of the ones that we've done before lately. We have done this before, but but not with the double tuck. Okay, but the little double tuck flap though, that's what's going to give us our place to be able to put this into the journal after we have done our decorating. Okay, so what we have, we're going to have a spot for 2 cards. We're going to have this full page, because remember we've closed that off. We're going to have this area here and this pocket here. Okay, so we've got a double pocket thing happening here. On this particular envelope, I am going to come and I'm going to put this down. Okay, so then you flip it over and we have the 3rd pocket, which is a flip, and it has a pocket here. Okay, and you have a secret pocket here. Okay, so when this gets put in, this comes over, and right here you have a secret pocket. Not super easy to get to, but it's there. Okay, so okay, so now we want to go ahead and decorate this, and I am going to use the new chocolate desserts digital kit, and let's see, we did use some of it in that. It is over here. Okay. So I'm thinking the postcard pages or the side-by-side pages is what I'm going to probably want here. Or like that page. Okay, so these are the postcard pages. Now, depending on how wide this is, this could go into a journal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have an idea. How wide is this? If this is less than 6 inches, we'll be able to do this. And we are at 5 3/4. So we can do this. We can. Okay. So this is our double tuck spot, and I can put this so that it is at the top of the page. It'll have places for 2 things to go like that. I can decorate that. We have a pocket here, possibly a pocket there. Turn this. This can flip down. There's another pocket there. And there's our magic pocket right there. Okay? So that is how I am going to do this. And so let's go ahead and okay. Now, I am going to grab my cardstock. Okay, so we are going to decorate our little card, our triple envelope goodie here, and using your stash. So just using our stash, I'm going to make, now remember, you can put yours in this direction like this. I'm going to put mine in this direction. Okay, so I know that I'm going to want a card for here. Okay, I want a card for here. I'm going to want two long tags for here and here. I'm going to want to cover this area with something. Probably gonna want to cover this area and this. Okay. Okay. So that's what we've got going on. I have this here. I have this page here. And okay, I'm thinking that right across like that. Okay, I'm going to go back to what I was going to do in the beginning. I was going to close this off. I think we're going to have enough items, enough things happening on here that we don't need that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on as a pocket. Okay. Now let's figure out. There's my flap. So if I put it in this direction, right? And that will give me a really cool pocket. Okay. There's that. Okay. Then we've got our we have things from the VIP that I need to use up. Okay, so back to the items that we made during the virtual internet party. Okay, so because we did this like it was an ephemera package. Okay, so that could go in there. Or that one could go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Because this time, this is actually going into the journal that I'm making. Okay, so here we have this pocket. This is going to be really hard to get something into. So we can go ahead and change this pocket's, change it. We'll just change. We'll change it. It doesn't, this envelope doesn't have to be that kind of a pocket, we can go ahead and I don't like to use things the way that they're meant to use. The way they're meant to be used. That's one of my things. Okay, so that's going to go up. That's going to go up. There's that pocket. This is the front of this. I just heard something fall. I just heard something fall. Okay, so we have our mold. And you'll see that I used the dark swirl in this, in the images, because that was something that the VIPs were given. This could be another pocket. I'm not going to make it another pocket. I do have an extra one of the word chocolate also. It is in the right color family. And it's just sitting up there looking for a place to be. I have little pink teacups. Go ahead and use them across the bottom of that. Okay, and remember, we have this pocket here that is going to okay, so we go like this, and we go down. Okay, I want to do something with this. I love these papers. Okay, if I cut it. I think we'll go with the birthday cake. There. And there. Okay, and I can just cut my line straight across there, and hopefully that will work. Okay, so lining it up, notch to notch, notch to notch. Now usually I go ahead and I cut the rectangle and then I cut, but I don't know that I would have a place for that. So we're going to go ahead, put this in. I actually have 2 of this page that I'm going to be able to use. I'm putting together 3 confection kits. They will also have the cardstock pieces that I'm using here. Okay, so there's that. Love it. Okay. So let's see here. That's going to be our magic pocket. That flips up. Okay, so I have this. What if I took something like this and put it on here? It can be a pocket and this can go into it. So let's go ahead and get this on here. You can see how we had used the dark swirl part of this. I think this is from the wallet page. Okay, so there's that. So we're going to have to cut this one down a little bit for it to fit in there. And we have to cut some of this off also. I think if we cut it right there. So this has our milk chocolate, sweet chocolate. That will go right in there. That will go just like that. Okay, remember this is going to be down here. Okay, so we have that. Oh, I like that on there. What do you think about that? Yeah, I like that. So this is one of the little embellishments that we made during the VIP. So if you have embellishments already made up, this might be a good chance to get to use some of them. Okay. These are the extra pieces. My sleeves keep catching on everything. It's driving me crazy. Okay, let's see what kind of... Okay, so this could be one of the cards that goes under on this side. What do you think? I think that will be the card that goes under on that side. I'm going to go ahead and remember there will be glue here. if that had that, and on the inside it had some papers that I like that. Move here to the paper situation that I got going on. Okay, so something like that. Even this piece. We can take a couple of these. Yeah, don't wear a shirt with beads on the sleeves to try it. This is really hard. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and rip those. And I'll put those, actually I'll make that the inside cover. Okay, like that. Okay, that gives me a swirl piece. I just feel out of balance. It's like, take a vacation. Does this happen to anybody else? I just don't feel all back together yet. Okay, so there's that. And just because that's driving me crazy, I'm going to make that a little flip out. Okay, that will go like that. And all that will go inside here. And we happen to have a needle left from the last binding episode. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Okay. We're just gonna do two. Okay, so started to see some of the other projects using this kit come into the Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. using candy wrappers, and oh my gosh, so cool. Okay, so this can either go into a place, but I did, you know what? There I go again. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out. There is a whole pocket here, right? Well, that's the magic pocket. I don't want to mess up the magic pocket. Okay, we have this pocket. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open this pocket. We need to make sure of where it's supposed to fit. Okay, so there's that. That has that in it. It's this pocket on this side. Okay? This pocket is the one on this side. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut into it. Okay? And that will let me in the envelope. Okay, lets me in. Okay, I'm going to cut this at an angle up here because of the way that I have put the glue on there, because what I was going to do. Okay, so that can go in there and it will be a flip out. Then we can use our paper clip that we made. Either that way or this way. Okay. Or we can make a new one. Okay. So this reminds me of one of those little funny money things. Okay, so we have our little notebook here. I love it. And I actually think we will probably make a different paper clip, but not right this moment. If you're here at the premiere, I'm waving hi, and say hello to Chip and Midnight. They are buddies. Hi, Chip and Midnight. I'm so glad you've joined us today. If this is your first Dear Julie premiere, just know it's a pre-recorded video, but we use the premiere format so we can have a live chat. You are invited to join us at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time for that live chat. Just hit that live chat button right down there. Come on over, say hello, introduce yourself, and we would love to welcome you and get to know you. Also, we have our Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. And remember, there is a free digital in the file section while we are home, safer at home. Let's get back to our program. Okay. Because it needs to come in from the side here. Yeah. Okay, so probably one of the double-sided paper clips is what we'll do for here. Okay. Okay, so this is our front. we flip it up. And flip it down. So you can flip it down, and there's a pocket here, and you can flip it up. Pretty cool. Okay, even I can get lost in it. Okay, there it is. Like, where did our... There. Okay, so that goes there. It has this. This is going to go under there. And this is where we were where we were fixing things. Okay. Our frappe is pretty popular. We've got frappes all over the place. I think it's my favorite, is the frappe. Okay, so this can get our belly band. I'm going to go ahead and rip it to start with. Go ahead and put our glue here and here. And put it down. Okay, so you have 3 items, so you should have 6 sides that are decorated. You want to have embellishments inside pockets. So we're going to call this the Trifold envelope by 6. Okay. So do 6 different things on your fold out envelope. Okay, so here we've decorated the cover. That's 1. Flip down, we have this pocket here. It does need something in it. We'll put this in here for right now. Okay. That's 2. We have this side diagonal pocket. Put this one in there. Okay, anyway, there we go. Diagonal pocket. We have our note card here, and it is utilizing this envelope here. So that's 3. Flip it up. We have a pocket here with this with decorations. That's 4. And then here we have our belly band. That's 5. Flip it up. We have our pocket with our chocolate. That's 6. And for this one, we are also going to have our, we'll put these 2 down here. And they will be for our double tuck. Okay. And we still have this one up here, and this can actually stick out the top. Okay, so we can have things that stick out the top up here because that's going to be the top of the journal, and it, you know, even the things moving around won't impede on that. Okay, so mini challenge in the challenge. You're going to make an envelope trifold. You are going to make this envelope trifold. This envelope trifold, the double tuck trifold, okay? The double tuck envelope trifold. So there's our 3. And then when it folds up, it becomes like that game, the money game. Do you all know what I'm talking about? The money game? Okay, that doesn't. It does. Jeez. I keep second guessing myself here. Okay. The money game that you could put the dollar bill in it and it's there and then it's not there. That's what this reminds me of. Okay. So, and you saw I lost. I got lost in here. Okay. So 3 envelopes, at least 6 sides, decorated all differently. Okay. So your base needs to be the same as mine. And then the things that you do to it can all be different. So you can do something different than this, but your 6 sides need to be decorated and embellished with, you know, adding more places to journal. Because the one thing is when you add something thick in there like this, you still want to make sure that there's places to journal. And so, yeah. I think this is going to be really, really cool. Mini challenge in the challenge number 3. Try envelope by 6. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the double tucks. There we go. I'm going to put another envelope idea for using envelopes from your stash up here, as well as an envelope playlist with ideas of using envelopes from out of your stash, because this is Stashbuster Saturday and we are busting envelopes. So I hope you enjoyed that. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. We're busting paper pads tomorrow. Bye-bye.